All right, Uriah, man. Well, yeah, happy Thursday. Just how are things in the life of the California kid these days?
Oh man, it's been busy, a lot of fun, kid time, fight team, and handling business. So it's been action packed.
I can imagine, man. I mean, like, is this like the busiest point in your life recently? Like, I know retirement has been nice, I'm sure, but you're staying as busy as you can be, right?
Oh, I'm always busy, man. I grew up like as busy as it gets, so I think I just thrive in that. I kind of maybe I need it. Addicted to being busy.
Yeah.
I need AA. I've got AA for it. It's called EO, Entrepreneurial Organization. I've been there for about 10 years.
All right, nice, man. There you go. So, yeah, obviously got this cool new thing coming, right? Combat U, which very excited to talk about this, hear more about it, man. But I got to know, like, just how did the idea come together in the first place? Like, has this been something you've been working on for a while, or I guess what's the story behind how we got here now?
So the biggest thing for me is always trying to find the pieces of the puzzle that aren't there for our sport. And this is a big one. I was a student athlete. I was a guy that went to college, wrestled in college, got a lot of value out of that personally as an athlete with the resources, with the motivation, with the life lessons, etc. Um, Years ago, I founded the first ever combine, and unfortunately, I had a partner that was the funding behind that passed away tragically. But we did our first ever. We had an MMAdraft.com, and we did 6 different combines, which I felt like was missing. Was going to work into some sort of draft situation, but I'm always trying to think of ways to improve the sport. And so when I got a call from Luke Wood about interest in doing something together, it was kind of a no-brainer. And President Luke Wood, Dr. Wood, they call him, is a is a trendsetter. He's a guy that thinks outside the box. He's also a combat athlete himself. He's an amateur boxer. He was contacted by a fighter that's here from India,
Mm.
and a girl named Aaron or Aranat, I think is her actual name, and she is intelligent and loves mixed martial arts. She's a mixed martial artist and came here to Sacramento, to Sac State, because of the proximity of the gym. And so that was the very genesis of this thing. And Luke and I had spoke. We had some mutual friends, and he had started training at the gym. And he goes, "Man, I think there's something big here. It's just kind of meant to be." And we quickly got into action. And so what we have now is the first ever uh, university backed
Mm.
MMA programming, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really a cool idea, man. I think about like, man, if I was in school, I'd be all over that, at the time.
Yeah,
Which I'm sure for you, like, do you think about that? Do you think it would have dramatically changed things for you if like that was an opportunity when you were coming up?
100%. I mean, I love wrestling because it's the closest thing to a fight that my
Right.
parents would let me do. They wouldn't let me box,
Hmm.
head trauma and everything else, and I loved wrestling, but for me, the sport wasn't where it was back then. It was 2003 when I graduated college. It was still illegal in California. There was 3 events a year. The lightest weight class in the UFC was 170 pounds. They'd gotten rid of the 155-pound weight class. We're at a new era. This needs to happen now. This needs to happen for our sport. This needs to happen for the athletes. So many people have to put their education on hold
Right.
to pursue a combat career. And Corey McKenna is an example of that. Song Yadong's an example of that. People that are fit for college but know what they want to do already. Now, I had so many positive things that came out of my college experience, and I'm pumped now to help out on this front to develop the next generation of people that want to be well rounded on top of being a combat athlete. And the things that we offer that are unique, because you may ask, there's club teams of at other schools, and there's other this and there's other that. The first thing that's unique here is the university backing. We
Hmm.
have scholarships. We have on campus staff. We have 8 staff members. We have someone that's the head of the programming. We have 4 club teams: boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and kickboxing, the cornerstones of our mixed martial arts sport. And then we have a pro prep class that we're developing that has all those coaches in one place to foster and develop the talent to get them to the level where they can jump in with the pros. And the pros right now, we have teenagers in there. I've got a kid, Eric Cortez, we call him Frosty, who's just turned 18. We've got a kid, Jafar from Belgium, who's just turned 18. And they're in the pro practices now. But they're not ever they've never had an opportunity to go to college and have the benefits of it. So now we've got everything all under one roof. We've got a straight path to the big show, a how to, and the backing to help.
Right on, man. And I'm very curious though, like with this whole idea, will there be like fights set up throughout kind of their time in it, or is it like specifically training? What exactly, I guess, will it literally look like in that regard?
So we're going to develop the a programming, so it's almost like a season for jiu-jitsu on the club
Okay.
team. There's going to be there's already a amateur boxing that it goes through the college, but we can also have pro boxing matches because it's not an NCAA thing.
Hmm.
We have kickboxing. We're going to create a season for that where there's actual competitions and a training regimen, etc. And there's already a club university or a club wrestling. So um, those are we're going to help develop some, and some are already there. But the really big thing is um, that we're going to have this pro development team.
Hmm.
And those are all individual sports that are cornerstones. You need to know them. We're going to encourage those club teams to interact together, get the training between the three that they need, or between the four that they need, compete as they need, get experience as they need. But the pro prep class is going to be amazing, and the ability for somebody that could come in right now into college as a freshman and be able to hang with the pros is very unique. So the proximity to the gym with what I tell my guys to do anyways. Frosty Cortez, the kid I told you, has been with us since he's 15 on home studies, just training MMA full time. He has a full on schedule of competitions. It's literally every weekend, either wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, boxing, MMA. I took him over to Hawaii to do a MMA fight against the Lee family. We have all these competitions. Now we're going to have uh, school backing to help structure, fund, coaching, staffing, transportation, all that kind of stuff to make sure that these guys are getting the experience they need with a walk across the street path to the best team in the world. That's really unique.
Yeah, no kidding, man. It is all very, very exciting and so much more that I could get into with you, Uriah, but we'll just have to wait and look forward to it. But before I do let you go, man, I got to ask you, though, real quick, just about Yan Xiaonan and how excited you are for the title fight and, thoughts on big UFC 300. How is everything looking ahead of that one?
Man, talk about a real professional. Jan has, ever since she's been here, it's been a few years now, has been a consummate professional. I think she came here to get kind of a taste of what was going on, realized this is what she needed, and her training and preparation is top level. She's somebody that you don't need to push. You need to kind of draw her back because she can overtrain at times. But we've been dialing in everything that she's needed to work on, and she's going to get that belt. I can't wait.
Yes, absolutely looking forward to it, man. But very excited for all the things you got going on, Uriah. Can't wait to see where it all develops and good to stay busy, man. So I appreciate you taking the time and I'll let you get on with the rest of your day.
All right, brother. Thank you.